Over the last few months, our lives have changed dramatically.
I would love to have my mother's help, but she is stuck in Japan.
The peace news was quite difficult to swallow because we've been looking forward to this graduation ceremony.
After they know about my mom passed away, they keep on saying, what time can I come?
I had a wedding planned earlier this month. The whole wedding had to be called off.
Missed weddings, births, graduations, and even funerals. When COVID-19 separate families, friends, and communities, what can we do to make these moments count?
I'm Yuko Hanai from Japan. Then I am currently 38 weeks pregnant. Baby is popping up soon.
Yuko Hanai married Singaporean Sean Sim 5 years ago. They've been trying for a baby ever since. Time is running out for Yuko, who's already in her 40s. So 3 years ago, the couple turned to IVF. The treatment is a success, and the couple are soon expecting a baby. But then, Yuko suffers a devastating miscarriage.
It's grief. It's painful. It really comes to my heart. I actually went to some a mental consultation too because I feel very pain.
Finally, Yuko conceives for a second time in September 2019. But a new challenge is coming her way. 6 months into a pregnancy, COVID-19 hits Singapore.
I was actually very worried for Yuko because of what we went through previously. I wanted her to be home where I could be next to her.
COVID reminds me we have to keep good health. We have to take care of ourselves. My body is not only my body, but also my baby's body.
Less than 2 months before Yuko's delivery, Singapore begins the circuit breaker. Its restrictions on movement scuttle Yuko's post-delivery plans.
We're planning to have a helper, nanny, to take care of the baby, but also it's impossible now.
Under the new regulations, the government suspends all non-essential services. With shops closed, baby items that the couple had hoped to purchase are now out of reach.
I got a text from the guys who were supposed to deliver our baby cot. Because of the circuit breaker, they're not able to deliver the cot anymore. I went into IKEA, but to my amazement, every cot was out of stock. And I had to go all over Singapore to all the different shopping centres to find a cot.
This is the cot with a lot of significance to us. It arrived on the eve of the circuit breaker itself. We ended up paying about twice the price that we had for the original.
We were just very upset and we started to speak to all our vendors, and some of them are definitely not willing to refund any money. I planned for 1 entire year for nothing.
Dingy Lim and her fiancé Jeremy Gan were among 2,700 couples scheduled to solemnize their marriage between April and June this year. The highlight of their May wedding was to be a grand dinner for 300 guests. Bookings were made, guests invited, and thousands of dollars spent on the preparations.
We had to contact everybody to tell them we cannot do this anymore. My friends were like, oh, so when will the next date be? And then you realize you can't even answer that question because nobody knows.
The couple can't wait to get married and move into their newly renovated home. But the circuit breaker is not only putting those plans on hold, they cannot even see each other for the next 2 months.
It feels like he's overseas or something because we've just been texting each other. So it actually feels like, oh, there's nothing much to look forward to.
Christabel's mother, Madam Yao Siu Chun, was diagnosed with stage 4 gastric cancer in January. Madam Yao passed away just 2 weeks before the end of the circuit breaker.
Doctor told my mom that it's only 20% curable if she goes through chemo. So she chose not to go through chemo because she says that chemo have a lot of side effects. We went for TCM because COVID-19, so a lot of those medical products is not available.
In the final months of her life, Madam Yao was unable to visit her family and friends or even eat her favorite food.
Because my mom already lost appetite, so we have to get things that can address her appetite. But we find it difficult to get things that she likes to eat, like prune juice, a lot of things that we have to order online. My dad, he find it hard, and also he can't even bring her down for a walk. All her other siblings also cannot come and visit her. She also very sad.
Madam Yao loved to socialize with her family, but she died with only her husband by her side. Even her funeral had to be kept small, with only 10 attendees at any one time.
I'm receiving a lot of messages to say, can you arrange for time I come? I was like, I'm really so in this state. I find it is torturing.
There are no traditional graduation ceremonies due to the COVID-19 situation. Safety first. I know it is disappointing for many of you and your parents.
I was counting down to the days where I could actually have that graduation on my own.
Shahira Nabila has just graduated from Republic Polytechnic.
A friend received that piece of news and she was like, hey, did you see this or not? We won't be having a graduation.
The cancelled ceremony is crushing Shahira's dream of donning a graduation gown and receiving a certificate with her parents and grandparents cheering her on.
I'm really close with my grandparents, firstly because I'm the only grandchild they have in Singapore. I really wanted them to come to my graduation so they got to live a day in the life of me as a student in Republic Polytechnic.
Kita nak pergilah.
Untuk berjumpa kawan-kawan cucu-atu kat sana. Dah tengok macam mana Zahra naik ke pentas mengambil ijazahnya. Dengan cara begitu, Atuk tengok kegembiraan mukanya.
Shahira is their first grandchild to graduate, but restrictions on movements mean they cannot celebrate together.
We were so upset. I really just wanted to, show my family. I wanted them to be proud of me.
Then documents.
Yuko is due to deliver in less than 24 hours, and the couple are preparing to head to the hospital. If it wasn't for COVID-19, Yuko's mother, who lives in Japan, would be there to help with the birth.
もう何しろ立ち会って生まれた産声を聞いて、ちょっとでもいいから抱っこしたかったです。本当に残念。
miss you, son.
It's like pushing me more over.
Current restrictions prevent husband Sean from being in the delivery room, making Yuko's first birthing experience even lonelier.
All my friends, when they deliver the baby, husband is always beside them. I'm sad we cannot share the moment.
I'll see you guys after the delivery. Wouldn't be able to see the baby. Yuko gets to see the baby first.
Unable to welcome their firstborn together, Sean is setting up a 360-degree camera in the waiting room to capture the moment he first meets his son for Yuko.
Very anxious now, and at the same time very excited to see baby.
Couples in Singapore will soon be able to tie the knot remotely, thanks to a new law that allows marriages to take place online. You should be able to walk down the virtual aisle later this month.
I have people sending me screenshots that this whole law is being passed, which was quite exciting to us. So we're actually looking forward to the virtual solemnization later this week.
我们还是希望她穿着美丽的婚纱，从我的家门，去到她的家门，这个很传统的仪式，我很希望完成这样。
Can you imagine if we have this in our Zoom background?
The Registry of Marriage has limited virtual weddings to just 20 attendees. So Ding Yi wants to include more friends and family via a Zoom live stream.
We came across this article online that these screen kind of weddings are getting very popular in Indonesia because of this COVID situation.
I think one of my friends have this green screen set up, but I have to check whether she can lend us or not.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Then what, we need to choose a background?
Yeah.
If it really works, it'll be pretty exciting because, yeah, we can put in the Disney theme, which is a really special and magical place where I would really like to be solemnizing at.
Hong Kong Disneyland holds special memories for the couple because it was where Jeremy proposed.
I just got on knee and said, I love you, I want to marry you. I'm not a very romantic person, so I actually told her quickly that there are a lot of people watching, so just say yes, right?
After a week of planning, it's finally the day before their wedding.
I'm leaving! This is my grad.
The virtual solemnization is happening at their new home. In less than 24 hours, Ding Yi will be married to Jeremy. Christabel had been hoping to celebrate her mother's 70th birthday in May, but Madame Yao passed away suddenly from cancer, a few weeks before they could do so.
When she's gone, I feel that she no need to suffer anymore. But another side is that I also don't want her to leave so soon.
With a limit on attendees at her mother's funeral, Christabel is looking for a way to allow family and friends to participate remotely and pay their final respects.
Our company suggests to take up live streaming so that our family members or friends who can't join us at Pantai Crematorium can still watch the live stream.
Christabel will receive a private link to the live stream service and share it with family members to view the ceremony virtually.
At least they are able to come, especially those who know my mom. So I think live streaming may be good for them.
On the last day of Madame Yao's last rites, a videographer is here to film and live stream her final journey. For family who cannot attend due to restrictions, being able to view the ceremony live will help them grieve.
由于他出殡的葬礼，我们都无法出席，也是觉得很伤心。可是由于有这个现场直播，我们还是认为很欣慰。在我看的整个过程，我们也是感觉到自己也本身在现场。
COVID-19 has cancelled graduation ceremonies across Singapore. Shahira is the first grandchild to graduate in her family, and she wants to make this day unforgettable for her parents and grandparents. So Shahira is recreating a virtual graduation ceremony with virtual reality company Ignite VR.
This is a photo I found on Google. So my school auditorium looks like this.
Okay. I'll try my best to help make this idea come to life.
Ooh! I actually got my own graduation gown. Okay, so we have this. And my school color! I'm actually so excited wearing this because this is how I imagined myself to look like on my graduation day.
Yuko and Sean's baby has finally arrived. After years of trying to conceive, they eventually found success with IVF. With family and friends unable to visit them, Sean has organized a virtual celebration for baby Kane.
Hello, Uncle Sean, congratulations.
Konnichiwa, Nihon desu. Some people are from Singapore, some people in Japan.
Australia.
So if you guys could see, this it's actually a VR headset. So when we are giving birth, the rules are such that I have to wait outside the delivery ward. For Yuko, she couldn't see what's happening. We took a video, so she gets to see it in VR.
Thanks to technology, Yuko is witnessing Sean's first meeting with baby Kane.
I felt like he was a little bit nervous too, he is going around in the room. Where's the baby come? Where's the baby come? Where's my baby? Where's my baby?
Hello, sir.
Hi. Oh.
It's really precious moment. It's quite surprising for me and quite touched and happy.
This is the day that Ding Yi and Jeremy have waited 2 years for. After their wedding banquet was cancelled, they never imagined they would be tying the knot this way.
Congrats, Ding! Congrats!
Thank you.
Okay. Kebetulan Tianmin Jeremy and Ms. Lin Ding Yi. Do I understand you're here on your own free will for the purpose of becoming husband and wife? Yes. I think yes.
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 We saw on a Zoom call, there was 60 people, and then on the WebEx call, there was like
2020. If COVID-19 wasn't here, we should be somewhere in LA right now. So, but I think this is good as well.
Shahira's big day has started with a VR headset instead of a graduation cap.
Oh.
Despite being physically apart, Shahira is celebrating with her parents, grandparents, best friends, and teacher, all in virtual reality.
Welcome everybody to this very unique and wonderful graduation ceremony. I wanted to congratulate you all on the milestones that you have achieved. So can I invite Shahira to come forward to collect her graduation certificate, please?
Sejak aku tengok tadi kan, aku macam happy juga lah masa experience betul lah. Sebenarnya full timer, it's a good experience for me lah. Aku happy lah.
Actually, it's really an amazing experience as everybody can join the graduation. Everyone is so happy, we get so excited that everybody get out of control.
When I got out on stage, my mom, she was going all like woo, and then like my father was like popping confetti everywhere. Honestly, it's not much of the graduation now. It's really having everyone in this same room together.
At the end of the day, it's part of family, it's part of legacy. You want everybody to come together and share it. That's what's important.
My dad is very close to my mom. He planned to stay on his own. So he say if we have time, visit him more often.
We can have friends, we can have family, but I think as long as both of us were here together.
What thing we will do after it ends? I want to go to a restaurant to dine out.